Here's everything you need to know about the 2023 Aston Martin Vantage in just 5 minutes. This car is also available for purchase through lease or finance at GALPIN, Aston Martin. All their information is in the description below. Now let's start by saying this is Aston Martin's last year producing the Vantage, which starts at $150,000. This one as spec is $180,000. Now most people would assume that this sports car has a satin wrap installed on it, and they'd be 110% wrong because this paint job is straight from the factory of Aston Martin and it's called jet black satin. You'll never have to modify this exhaust because you get the big three straight from the factory. Snap, crackle, and pop, baby. Launch control is the 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds. Takes a little while to get up because of them turbos, but once it goes, it's going. Under the hood, we have a twin turbo V8 giving you 503 horsepower and 505 pound-feet of torque, paired nicely with an 8-speed automatic transmission, giving you a top speed of 195 miles an hour. Sometimes with some of these foreign luxury cars, they make things overly complicated to give the illusion of luxury and refinement, but they kept it real simple in this one. Just put the fan speed right there, dead smack in the middle, so that way you ain't gotta go searching through the encyclopedia infotainment screen just to turn on the damn heater AC. Now, when it comes to practicality in the cargo area, you ain't gonna be fitting no dead bodies in here no time soon, but you do got enough room for things such as a few limbs like arms and legs and maybe some equipment and a few backpacks. Since Aston Martin is such a prestigiously exquisite British brand descendant, just like the Aston Martin DBX 707, which I already did a review on, make sure you check that out. It's only right that everything in this car is the polar opposite of how us Americans do things, such as popping the hood, which in America would be on the left driver's side, whereas in this one, it's on the right passenger side. Righty tighty, lefty loosey is what I was always taught, but it's the opposite with these air vents. The left closes, the right opens. The lock and unlock button are not on the door panels like most American cars. It's right here on the center console. The door handles were made in the opposite direction as well, but that was done intentionally so that way you wouldn't open your door with this. You would have to use your right to make it make sense. Look for oncoming traffic, open with your left hand. Speaking of doors, did you know that every Aston Martin Vantage has slight up doors, which means every time you open your doors, they slightly fly up to resemble the Aston Martin badge to avoid things such as street curbs? We have a gloss black front lip splitter, grille, along with these blacked out Aston Martin badges on both the front and rear, which blends in perfectly with the satin black paint, rims, side skirt, diffuser, side mirrors, and gloss back paint on the roof, giving us a real Batmobile-ish look and even a type stealth bomber. Driving the Aston Martin is a whole lot of fun and it's a very underrated experience, and that exhaust note will never get old. This center console looks like inside of a jet cockpit with all of these buttons, which would typically be a bit overwhelming for me, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm rocking with it in this particular car because it fits the vibe that this sports car is giving. We have 21-inch 10-spoke rims with a 295/30 in the rear, and in the front we have a 255/35, giving this sports car a much more aggressive stance and presence. Now I call this tail light dark winged duck because you can't tell me it doesn't resemble Daffy Duck mouth, just a little bit. I like it though. You have 2 more additional driving modes that you access right here through the S on the steering wheel to get the Sport Plus and Track. What makes Aston Martin's build quality so exceptional is their attention to detail on even the smallest things such as Alcantara wrap B-pillars, sun visor, roof liner, and even the very bottom of your seat along with the seatbelt holder. That's just the Alcantara. The leather quality in here is just as great on things such as the steering wheel, the entire dash, the cargo hider, and of course, we can't forget the seats. You even have a leather wrapped seatbelt clicker. You ever find yourself needing a light in the dark? You don't hit the light itself, you click a button right here on the center console. Although this screen isn't wrapped in leather like this dash, it gives the illusion that it is because they color matched it, which I really like. And I got more than enough leg room and headroom even at my height of 6'10". This car may appear kind of small on the outside, but they actually did a pretty damn good job of making this car pretty practical for somebody who may want a daily drive. Whenever you want to go into gear, all you gotta do is press one of these clear buttons. Your digital gauge cluster is broken up into 3 different screens, which are typical information, nothing groundbreaking, but nice nonetheless. If you ever want to see what's going on around you at 360 degrees or even at 180 degrees, all you gotta do is hit the camera button right there on the center console. Check out how the cargo divider on the rear window seals off the trunk space completely from the inside of the car, giving it a more classy, bougier suitcase look. They even installed a game-changer gadget that I believe even James Bond himself would approve of, and that's a manual slot to start your car right here from the armrest with the key fob itself. Now you gotta admit, that's tough. No matter how you decide to start your Aston Martin Vantage, it will automatically default to sport mode because that's its normal mode, which I think, side note, is absolutely historical. And that's everything I think you need to know about the 2023 Aston Martin Vantage in just 5 minutes.